Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. It means that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, Lord, let me put I don't even have my camera up. I don't know why it's automatically muting me. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that new thing is that is automatically muting me. But anyway, let me turn my camera on. Child, I got the wrong camera on. Okay, that's better. That's better. Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Come on in. I forgot El Teddy was still on travel today. I would have come in a little bit earlier, but I was handling some business. I had to make a couple of phone calls today. Huh? Oh, Lord, that's child. They arguing in the chat. How y'all arguing in the chat already? Good Lord. Anyway, let me just go on and say hi to the people. We almost got 100 people in here already. Let me say hi to the people. Lord have mercy. Lord Cajun. I know that's Cajun and DB arguing. I know that's what it is. What's up, The Informed? What's up, Cajun? I'm not even reading all of that, child. What's up, DB? What's going on? Hey, Chuck Boo. Corey, what's up, boo? Miss Jocelyn, Rainy Bow, Lovely Nola. Hey, girl. What's up, Sweet Pea? What's up, Auntie Eva? Hey. Hey, Cece. Ronnie, what's going on? Gossip in the Garden. Thank you, Quake, for always being on Twitch as well as on the YouTube side. I appreciate you so much. Sharice, what's going on? Hey, Alexis. Hey, Late. What's up? Lady of Virtue. It's been a rough couple of weeks. My cousin Tim passed 2 weeks ago. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. It was unexpected. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that. We're going to keep positive vibes, positive thoughts and vibes. What's up, C. Jones? Hey, CC. What's up, Paul? What's going on? Ravine. Hey, girl. Please take care of yourselves. Go to the doctor when something isn't right with you. Amen to that. Hey, Des Hop. Hey, Nye B. What's going on? Yes, the children in Louisiana. That was a sad story as well. It was so sad. Oh my gosh. Candy Love. What's up, Gabby? Hey, Brandon. What's going on? Hey, Bilo, Quake, Montrez. Hey, TR Me. Carl Wright. What's going on? Carl Reitman. Hey, Emily B. China. What's going on? Imaro. What's up? Hey, everybody coming in. Nubian Mahogany. If I missed anybody, charge it to my head and not my heart. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Okay. If I missed anybody coming in. Okay. Xavier, hey boo. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. We have a lot of Politricks today. So let's go ahead and get some things out the way. First of all, I want to give an update on Roland Martin. Y'all know I would like to, when I want to correct things and keep things in the right perspective. So last week I said that Roland Martin was speaking on how he knew Fairfax as a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. and that was not the correct organization. So I want to be clear, and I want to clear this up. This is a statement coming from Roland Martin himself, and it says the following. It says, last night I received an email from Sigma Pi Phi Fraternity Incorporated leadership regarding my IG thread and Facebook post on the Justin Fairfax Erder, It is said that the Grand Grammatis was requesting that I ask you to remove the reference and pictures related to Sigma Pi Phi on your post in order to adhere to the Boulet's social media policy on sharing members' names and images of our society on social media. I never want to delete social media posts, even when people disagree. Discourse is valuable in any society. As a member, I'm doing it, but it certainly is not my desire. I also made it clear that I would publicly state the reason for this, and I'll make one thing clear. Roland Martin Unfiltered and Black Star Network is committed to covering the story and others, as well as the impact on Black women, Black men, and will continue to demand that brothers as individuals and the leadership of Black male organizations should take to combat domestic violence and confront mental health. We can't tout I am my brother's keeper if we are silent and complacent on these issues. So this is what I'm going to say. First of all, I appreciate that you addressed it. But number one, here's my issue, Mr. Roland Martin. It still took a man to ask you to take it down when thousands of women were saying your coverage was insensitive to the woman that was unalived in front of her children, or while her children were home. I shouldn't say in front of her children. That's number one. Number two, again, nobody is saying that mental health doesn't need to be addressed. What we were saying is that your choice to address his mental health over this woman, this mother, losing her life through this act of violence is the issue. She should have been the headline. She should have been where you started the conversation. The mental health aspect, that should have taken a back burner to that should have been your lead story. But instead, you did a whole show about this man, your relationship with this man, and his mental health. So once again, you're still tone deaf. You're still choosing, because I don't believe you don't get it. I believe you're choosing to not get it. And you only took it down because a man asked you to. Because thousands of women asked you to, and you didn't. So with that being said, I want to be fair, and I wanted to let y'all know that it was addressed. Whatever. Did he reach out to the Fairfax's victims who are alive? I don't know. What's up, another round? Hey, boo. Thank you for being, hold on. Let me scroll up. Thank you for being a member for 23 months. Thank you, boo. Thank you much. Thank you much. All right. I didn't say this last week, but shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson, who just signed a $20 million deal with Nike. Again, we know that Sha'Carri, especially in light of the last few months, we know that she's, had her issues as well. But again, I'm happy to see a woman getting hers, because we know that so many women don't. Again, we just gonna pray that she is getting what she needs. We just gonna pray on that. Mental health does not equate to violent behavior, and will people say that it stigmatizes mental illness and not help the people who suffer? Facts. True. You're right. She stays in trouble, but she always gets a comeback. You're right about that. In Real Housewives of Salt Lake City news, as you guys know, they are filming. Mary Cosby has joined. She has started filming after her son's funeral and unfortunate passing. She has started filming. Now, what I hate to hear is that it looks like Mary Cosby and Angie have Well, it says they briefly unfollow each other, so I guess they followed each other again, child. Who knows what they arguing about over there on the Real Housewives of Child's gonna say New Jersey, Salt Lake City. But I would hate to see them fall out because I think they were really friends. I think they were genuinely friends with each other, and so I would hate to see them fall out, especially at a time like this where I feel like Mary needs all of her friends to rally around her. So, well, it's 420. Sha'Carri should be getting all her needs. Shut up. Lady of Virtue say, I do not accept his apology, his fake apology. Excuse me. Sorry, not sorry. Speaking of 420, is the green room open yet? The upstairs lounge, yes, the upstairs lounge is open. We opened up the upstairs lounge at 100 people. So it's 144 people in here. The upstairs lounge is open. If you need, follow another round. If you need to release your herbal libation, and it is 420. You know, I don't celebrate that holiday because I don't partake of the devil's lettuce. But for those who do, okay, the lounge is open. And y'all follow, just go ahead and follow another round right on up them steps, okay? She got you. She got you covered. Okay. Ice Spice, we talked last week about Ice Spice being attacked at that McDonald's. We talked all about it. And just like I told you guys, Ice Spice's attorney has come down here and said that the unprovoked attack will not go unpunished, and they vowed action. So I'm just assuming it's only a matter of time before either there are going to be some criminal charges or some civil charges. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to call a thing a thing. Y'all might as well just try to get the police to arrest that girl because that girl don't have no money. I mean, you know. I mean, I don't know her like that, but I don't think she had no money. What up, Don Don? He said, I don't think it's the devil's. Wait a minute. What'd he say? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what he said. He said, I don't think it's the devil's letters because the creator of heaven and earth created it. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I think he was feeling that it's all connected, which is, to be totally honest, but I understand the sensitivity to the victim should have been touched on first. Then you can pull the conversation together. I guess. Oh, Danny said, I forgot. She said she gonna roll something and meet you upstairs another round. I just sent you something on IG. Not sure if you saw it. Give me a second. I'll look in a second. If it's true that the Virginia governor report that business supporting the Confederacy will no longer receive subsidies, yes. The governor of Virginia has taken away the tax exemptions for hate groups, and she labeled Confederate groups under the label of hate groups. Yes, that is true. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Just fake the L. I mean, just take the L, Ice Spice. I don't think she should have to take the L. She was sitting at that McDonald's, minding her business, eating her a Big Mac and some fries, and drinking her a milkshake. I don't think she should have to take the L. Shit, she ain't do nothing wrong. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. You sent me something from Roland Martin. I mean, you were just sending me the original post that he took down. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Child. I mean, that's what you just want. You just wanted me to see the original post, Gabby? Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah. But thank you, boo. All right. What's next on my list, child? We done talked about Roland Martin, honey. We done talked about Ice Spice. Child, I gotta go down the list. I gotta go down my list. Shout out to Cardi B. She has officially ended her Little Miss Drama tour. Her her final night in Atlanta, she brought out Missy Elliott. And listen, if y'all missed that clip of her bringing out Missy Elliott, and if y'all did not see the look of pure bliss in her face dancing around on stage to Missy Elliott, I know everybody's not a Cardi B fan, and I clearly am. Full disclosure, I am clearly a Cardi B fan. What's up, Terrence? Hey, boo. You know I don't mean it. You know, don't come and get me, pretty gray eyes. Don't come and get me. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Dr. Matt. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you. Right, her jumping around was absolutely everything, and she just was so happy. I want to say this. I love how she paid homage as she went city to city to hip hop. Now, I wish you had done something for Go-Go when you were in DC, but I'm gonna let it go. The DC in me wish you had, done a little something to Go-Go. But I love how you went and especially how you highlighted female hip hop artists. I love how you did that. I mean, I love how you did that. And I mean, it seemed like you kind of gave us some old school, you gave us a little T.I., but I appreciate that. And I love how she just doesn't seem, and I'm not saying she's perfect, y'all, by any stretch of the imagination, but she just really does not seem to have that nobody but me spirit. See, Xavier, if you knew anything about Go-Go, you would know that the butt is the furthest of what I wanted to see on that stage. And that's no disrespect to EU, but if you a DC head, if you from DC, you know that was not what I was hoping to see. But anyway. Now I wouldn't have mind her having, I'm gonna be honest, like I wouldn't have minded her bringing out Wale. If she didn't want to do like go, she could have brought out a DC rapper, but I'm not complaining at all. I'm really not, that's just the afterthought. That's just a little something on the back end, but I love how, I just love how she, she was able to, she did that. And again, her ending her tour with Missy Elliott was just chef's kiss, right? Chef's kiss. Tracy says, baby, Tracy is here and the bar is open. I thought Wale was Detroit. You thought Wale was from Detroit, or you thought she bought Wale out in Detroit? Because Wale is from DC. Well, he's from PG County, but he's a DC artist. The bar is open. We have a liquid margarita shot. I'm sorry. I said margarita, Lord. A liquid marijuana shot, a pineapple whiskey sour, a dragon fruit lemon drop. And for the non-drinkers, we have a raspberry lime sparkling mocktail and a happy Taurus season. Baby, my daddy's birthday is coming up. It is Taurus season. No, he's not from Detroit. He's from Maryland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my favorite, I think, was probably Lil' Kim and Missy. I love Trina. I loved her bringing out Trina. Because who else you going to bring out in the 305? Okay? Who else you going to bring out in Florida? Okay? So I was here for it. Symmetry said, I watched all 35 concerts via TikTok. I enjoyed every show. I'm not going to say I've watched it from beginning to end, but I have watched a large part of it. And I wish I had gone. In hindsight, I wanted to go. When the tickets were real expensive, I kind of just let it drop because I just, I had a lot of other stuff going on at the time. But I wish that, I kind of wish I had stuck with it and went to a show. Again, in hindsight, knowing what I know now, I would have gotten a show in a different city. I would have gone to a different city. I wouldn't even fool with DC because the DC prices were just ridiculous. And I believe they said that, so she's the first female rap artist to sell out every single venue of her tour. Somebody said the other day, oh, Nicki Minaj didn't do that? No, because they said Cardi's the first to do it. She sold out all 35 shows. So that's number one. And they said that her, that the tour grossed $70 million. My sister went to Baltimore. She said she had a ball. Yeah. Again, in hindsight, I just would have went to another city. You said she could have bought out Young Miami. Moving right along. Now maybe she could give Offset a loan. What up, Candace? Hey, boo. Child. Meanwhile, Offset is in a room somewhere, kicking, fighting the walls. Child, punching at the ceiling. Child. All right, so shout out to Cardi B, honey. Shout out to Cardi B. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something. So we know on last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, we know that K Michelle and Portia had a little situation. So today, K Michelle decided that she had something else to say. K Michelle said, "Listen, I'll add to it before I take it away." And she went down to her Twitter today and she said the following. She said, "Have you ever almost died from surgery? Have you ever lost several babies? And everyone knew why I was in the hospital." She said, "And everyone knew why I was in the hospital. I was out the hospital bed an hour and being asked if I had a miscarriage in an Atlanta nail salon. I forgive and came in peace, but I'm very much clocked in." Portia, leave that lady alone. Portia. Hey, Miss French Kiss, what's up? Hey, Philly John, what's up, boo? Because I didn't put it on the screen. You want me to? Y'all want me to put the chat on the screen? I have to manually do that. That's all. Just ask me to. Y'all just remind me. I just don't think about it. Just remind me to put it on the screen. Just remind me to put it on the screen. You were getting your nails done after surgery. Well, I don't think that has anything to do with what her point is. Did she use the word victim? Hold on, let me make sure. She didn't use the word victim. She never said she was a victim. So I'm not sure what you mean when you say victim, girl. She's not saying she's a victim. What she's saying is she's not buying the bullshit that Portia tried to act like she ain't know. Portia, that's what she's saying. And again, you can believe Portia or not believe Portia, but that's what she's saying. She's saying she don't believe. Oh, you said she's a victim. Oh, okay, never mind. My bad. I thought you were saying she called herself a victim. My bad. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I got out the hospital, y'all know I was in the hospital for 3 months. I promise y'all the first place I went when I got out the hospital, the very next day. And when I say the very next day, I mean the very next day. I went and got my hair done. Walker and all. I still was using my walker. Walker and all. I went and got my hair done. Sure did. The very next day. My cousin came and picked me up and took me. No, my mom dropped me off at the hair salon. My cousin picked me up, took me to get something to eat, and brought me home. Now, was I tired as hell? Did I overexert myself a little bit? Maybe. But I tell you, that's what I did. I went and got my hair did. Mm-hmm. 1 hour after surgery. Was it 1 hour after surgery or was it 1 hour after she had been released from the hospital? I think it was 1 hour after she was released from the hospital. I don't think it was 1 hour after surgery, but I could be wrong. Again, I hear what y'all are saying, but I think we're talking about two separate things. I think she should have took her ass home. Let's be clear. I think she should have took her ass home. However, that's not what she's upset about. She's upset about Portia yelling out about acting like she doesn't know why. I don't even think it was, well, I ain't gonna speak for K. Michelle. She said that she was upset about the miscarriage thing. But I think she's just as upset about Portia acting like she don't know why that woman was in the hospital. It was right after, it was after her being released from the hospital, not so much her just coming out of surgery. I don't think they released nobody out of, I don't think they released nobody from the hospital an hour after surgery. Not that kind of surgery. Then again, nowadays, child, who knows, child? They be putting people out that hospital real quick. Maybe they did, child. Maybe they did. Right. It was an hour after she was released, y'all. Not an hour after she had surgery. It was an hour after she was released from the hospital. And like I said, again, if they could have took me straight to the hair salon after I got released from the hospital, I'd have went. Sure would have. Oh, the first place I did, I went and got something to eat. My sister took me, we went and got something to eat. My sister took me straight to Atlantic Seafood. Cheryl, my sister took me, we went straight to Atlantic Seafood. Now, I ain't get out the car. My sister went in and got my food for me, but sure did. My parents were in one car. My sister was in another car. And we went to Atlantic Seafood and got food for everybody. I just wanted some fresh air. I was just happy to be out, honey. I just was happy to be out. I can't stand how people always make excuses for her. Is the her Portia or the her K. Michelle? Which her you talking about? It's two hers in this conversation, child. Which her you talking about, Gary? If you don't even wake up fully an hour after surgery, you can't leave generally unless you poop one good time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one time when I had surgery on my my thyroids. I mean not my thyroids, my what's some things that I had that they had to remove from me, child? The things that Tampa got. What's some things called, child? Is it thyroid? What's some things called? Anyway, I had surgery and I remember it took me forever to wake up, and they was getting ready to admit me because it was taking me so long to wake up. And then when I finally woke up, fibroids, thank you, it's my fibroids. And then when I finally did wake up, I tried to sit up and I almost passed out, baby. They were like, you about to sit here for another couple of hours. And my mother was waiting on me and I was like, no, my mom's here. Like, she been waiting because I would not wake up. They were like, we were getting worried because you had not woken up yet. And I was like, my mom been here all day. And they were like, well, you ain't going nowhere because if you fall, who gonna pick you up? So I had to lay back down for a little while. They didn't make me stay another couple of hours, but they did make me lay back down for a little while. They were like, we're going to make you lay here for about 30, 40 minutes, and then we're going to try this again. And then when I tried to get up the second time, I was good. Right. But I don't think it was same day surgery. And the only reason why I say I don't think it was same day surgery is because she was in the hospital. Wasn't she? Well, listen, I don't know, child. But I don't think because she must have been in the hospital for a couple of days because Shamia had time to come up there and visit her. So I feel like she was in the hospital at least a day or two, y'all. Yeah. And again, like I said, I do feel like she should have gone home. Like, I don't feel like filming. She could have filmed a scene at her house. You know what I mean? She could have had the ladies come over and bring her flowers and shit. And she could have sat in her living room and filmed a scene. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was necessary for her to go to the salon. And I know that she was a new girl on the block and they probably had just started filming and maybe she felt like she had to clock in. You know, maybe she felt like she couldn't call out of her first week on the job. Like, I get that. But at the same time, her health, your health is more important. So one, no, I don't think she needed to go to that salon. Two, I still think Portia yelling out what she yelled out. I don't think, listen, Portia play dumb. I'm sorry. I know that we give Portia dingbat, you know, but Portia ain't as dumb as she pretend to be. Portia play dumb. I keep telling y'all, Portia is Jessica Simpson in Us. Yeah, I remember Jessica Simpson in her reality show way back in the, was it the 90s, the early 2000s, whenever her reality show was. And she played dumb real well. And she has admitted now that she played dumb real well. Oh, thank you, KDK, for gifting a membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Lexi said, I had a second procedure done earlier today. I'm already at home and playing. Hold on, child. The thing went up, moved too fast. The thing moved too fast. Hold on, child. This thing moved too fast. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, y'all. This thing, I need to get them. And I was in the Staples yesterday too. And I said, let me get a mouse while I'm in here. And y'all know I walk right on out that Staples without getting me a mouse. All right. Planning on how to pick up some items I need from Walmart. Well, you need to take your ass home too. How about that? Coming from the lady that left the hospital to get a 4-hour root touch up. Well, I didn't leave the hospital to get a root touch up, but when I left the hospital, I got a root touch up. I was more surprised she was willing to sit in those little nail salon chairs immediately after. Yeah. But that's her job. That's character. Okay. It's the same portion who pretended like she didn't know what Shamia sounded like when they've sung together. Right. Who gonna tell Pinky Cole about her husband? What is it that we need to tell Pinky Cole about her husband? Nail artists come to your home nowadays. You get an infection. You can get an infection in your tail. And yes, P was wrong as hell. Why didn't they call a service over to do that? I don't. Right. Exactly. Nah, P. Willie ain't that smart in my opinion. Nah, she ain't as dumb as she pretend to be. Now I didn't say she need to be a Harvard grad, but she's not as dumb as she pretends to be, in my opinion. She was smart enough to get that old man money and get that nice house. She was smart enough to get a prenup that clearly was airtight. And she walked away with that house she didn't put no money on. She was smart enough to do that. I'm just saying. They want Pinky. I don't think it's a lavender marriage, but I do think that there's trouble in paradise. And again, I don't wish that on nobody, so I'm trying not to really, because she got screwed by her first marriage to Cordell. Right. You live and you learn. But they say you'll get me once, but you won't get me twice. Tricking and smart is different. Cordell taught her a valuable lesson. Yeah, but some people don't learn the lesson. I hear what y'all saying. It's just, listen, me personally, I don't think she's as dumb as she pretends to be. Now, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's keep going, child. Let's keep going. The singer David has officially been charged with murder. We talked the other day about him being taken into custody, but it looks like he officially has been charged. And what I read, it said that the police department was frustrated with the DA because they didn't understand what was taking so long, and they got frustrated and they sort of took things into their own hands to try and get him taken into custody. So it sounds like we're not the only ones who was trying to figure out what was taking so long. The police officers were like, we gave y'all a great case. Like, we gave you all the things you needed. We put it in a box with a bow. What are we doing? Why is it taking us so long to charge him? So, oh Lord, now you're making Pinky Lord child. I swear, y'all to turn anybody bisexual, gay. Lord have mercy. Again, I don't know that man like that, so I can't say whether he is or he isn't. I don't know nothing about him. What I know is that he married to her. Now, how much longer he gonna be married to her? That's a different conversation. He pled not guilty. Well, I mean, he should. It's the Atlanta way. Oh, well. Tory Lanez is suing. And listen, I know we don't really F with Tory like that over here on this side. If not, I'm sorry, shit. I lost my look. I know I pick up my phone and there's 20 things going on. According to this, it says that Tory Lanez is suing. Hold on, let me read y'all this. Okay. Tory Lanez is suing. Shit. He is suing the prison for $100 million after being stabbed 16 times by inmate. He accuses the guards of a delayed response and deliberate indifference to foreseeable violence. Now listen, this is what I'm going to say. Let me say something. I know. Give me a minute, y'all. Let me get this out. Because I know y'all already feel how y'all feel about this. Let me get it out, though. Let me say it. Look, he might have a case. Listen, he might, because what's the first thing we said when we found out that man had been stabbed 16 times? We asked questions. We did ask questions. Now, we asked them questions. Now, some of us don't care, and that's fine. I understand. Some of us just don't care. But, I mean, where were the guards? 16 times? Do you know how long it takes to stab somebody 16 times? I mean, listen, he might have a case, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And I know we don't care over here on this side. Y'all know we don't care. I mean, if you hadn't, pointed your pow at that woman and tried to pow her, you wouldn't be there. I get it. We here. We on the same page. But I don't know. I read that and I was like, hell, he might have a lawsuit. And let's be clear. That money, even if he win the lawsuit, the money going right back to Meg and his attorneys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, French Kiss said, I give 0 Fs. Oh, okay. Y'all said it's jail. Shit happened. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and slide. Okay, let me just take him off the list because y'all don't give a fuck. Okay. Let me just, ain't no need continuing that conversation because y'all don't give a fuck. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Y'all don't give a fuck. Okay. Woo! All right. Terrence said in the jailhouse, people get stabbed every day. B, he won't win this fight. CDRC ain't giving him nothing. Depending on where it happened, they wouldn't get there fast anyway. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, y'all don't give a fuck. Okay. Moving on, because the tribe said we don't care. The tribe said we don't give a fuck. Okay. All right. Moving right along. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on down to Texas to TD Jakes and Sara Jakes Roberts. Now, Sara Jakes Roberts, TD Jakes' daughter, who is now the head of the Potter's house, baby, she hurt herself yesterday. Now, I'm going to just read y'all this article, okay? Sara Jakes Roberts says she was almost paralyzed after a trampoline accident reveals a neck fracture, okay? Sara Jakes Roberts, the co-pastor of the Potter's house, has revealed she's recovering from a serious neck injury that nearly left her paralyzed after she experienced a frightening accident while playing with her daughter. In an Instagram post shared Sunday afternoon, the 36-year-old author and speaker said she landed on her neck while playing a game on the trampoline with her daughter. She said she immediately heard several pops in her neck. Last night was very scary, she said. I was almost paralyzed, but God did not see fit to let that be my story. Roberts, who leads the Potter's house alongside her husband, Tory Roberts, said her daughter alerted her father, who called 911. After being transported to 2 hospitals and undergoing multiple scans, doctors determined she had fractured her neck. suffered herniated disc and sustained injuries that endangered areas of her spine. 2 hospitals, several scans, and hours later, we learned that I had fractured my neck, herniated disc, and endangered areas of my spine that could have left me paralyzed, she wrote. 1 disc up and 1 disc lower, and this would have been a different testimony. She says she will have to wear a neck brace for the next 4 to 6 weeks to stabilize her injury and prevent further damage. Rest and recovery will give my body a chance to heal, and I'll be laying low while I navigate this injury with wisdom. We're just going to pray. Thank God it wasn't worse. I do have a question. They didn't have a little net around the trampoline. You know how they be having the little nets around the trampoline? They didn't have no little net. I mean, I'm not trying to be insensitive. But I was just wondering. They didn't have the little net around that thing. And that's saying that the net would have prevented it. The net may not have prevented it, depending on how high she was jumping and all that. The net might not have stopped nothing. It may not have stopped nothing. I just was wondering, that's all. I'm glad she's okay, though. Glad she's okay. Praise the Lord. And y'all are cutting up in this chat. And I'm going to tell y'all now. Y'all in this chat. Y'all are cutting up in this chat. Y'all cutting up in this chat. That's all I got to say to y'all. Now can I laugh? You might as well. Everybody else is. You might as well. You might as well laugh. Everybody else is. It's terrible. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible. It's so crazy. I've been looking up these mini trampolines so I can start doing rebound in 20 minutes a day. Okay. Karma was coming for... If your knees are bad and you over the age of 30, stay away from them trampolines. Yeah. Not... Y'all are cutting up. Y'all are really in this chat acting up. We closing these doors because the people can't see us cutting up like this. It's time to close these doors. We closing the doors. Don, come on.
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Who got the gifted membership? My bad. Any of my moms remember who got that gifted membership? My bad. If you got the gifted membership from KDK, please make sure to thank her. Thank her so much. All right. Trampolines are very dangerous. Really, my grandson was injured on a trampoline and had 3 screws in his knee. They said he came down too hard and was... I missed it. Not let the chat cook. I ain't stopping y'all from saying nothing. Y'all, listen, I had oh, excuse me. He came out too hard and he was 10 years old. Oh my God. At 10 years old? My Lord. Yeah, trampolines. I remember I used to go to a summer camp that had a trampoline. And one year we went and the trampoline was gone. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. And the trampoline was gone. They said the insurance wouldn't cover it anymore. So they had to take the trampoline out. And baby, we used to have a good time jumping on that trampoline, honey. We used to jump on that trampoline and have a good time. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Hold on a second. French Kiss said, we're not laughing at the baby getting hurt. No, we're not laughing at the baby getting hurt. Really be Candy Love TV gift to you too. Disco Balls. Thank you for the disco balls. Ooh, ooh, thank you, thank you. That's why I prefer bouncy houses. Now I have me a good time at a good bouncy house. Now, if you need insurance for the tramp that tells you something, for the trampoline, that we went back one year and it was just a big old, they had put dirt in the pit where the trampoline used to be. And we were like, where's the trampoline? And they were like, the insurance wouldn't cover it anymore. Now my grandparents had a spring bed. That was our trampoline, child. We closed the doors. Y'all know what that means. That means if you have not done so already, please hit that like button. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Y'all know, comment, share us. If you catching us on a replay, hype us up, honey. Hype us up. The number for tonight is 732. It is 732. So y'all know if y'all want to make a donation to the platform, you know, you could do it in increments of $7.32, $17.32, $77.32, $700.32, child. However y'all want to bless me, you can hit the Cash App, you can super chat, you can send me a Zelle, or you can send me a PayPal. Here's where you send the Zelles, honey, if you want to Zelle me. Here's where you send the Zelles, honey, at reneeinc@gmail.com, honey. That's where you do it, okay? I got one that has a pole that you hold on to while you jumping. You got one that has a pole? Now I know where people jump on some poles. That's usually down to the script club. $7.32. 732. That's the number for tonight. Thank you, CC, for super chatting your $7.32. I appreciate you. Now listen. Koale, I don't know what kind of pole you jumping on. And it's nothing wrong with jumping on a pole. Ain't nothing wrong with jumping on a pole. It ain't even nothing wrong with having a trampoline with a pole. Okay. But usually that's some down to the script club kind of stuff. Now, I don't know what kind of situation you have. That sounds very interesting. Okay. That sounds real interesting. I told y'all the other day, I'm not above going to the script club. I told y'all that. So I don't have no problems with the pole. Okay. I don't have no problem with the pole. I don't have no problem with the dancing on the pole. Because I told y'all I'm not above it. Okay. Not above going to the script club. Okay. You know. I'll even throw $1 or $2. You know. I'll even throw $1 or $2. You know. Now I don't know what kind of trampoline you have. But it sounds like an interesting situation you got going on. Yeah. Right. Tracy said, let me go get $50 in ones and some wings. Yeah. Yeah, Tracy, listen, I ain't above it. Taking some ones. Give me some wings down to the script club. I ain't above it. I was going to tell too much of my business. Okay, let me stop. I was about to tell too much of my business. Woo. Okay. Let me bring that back. Let me bring that back. Okay. Even my old behind might do some strange things for some change. Listen. I'm just saying. Well, come on in, Half Pen. Come on in. You know, you listen. You are part of Because T on me said, he go $10. I'm just gonna round that thing up because I'm in real tears over here. T on me, y'all over there cutting up. Y'all over there cutting up. She said, I'm in real tears over here. Okay. Thank you, boo. Thank you for the super chat. Got some ones, wings, and watch from the pool table. Not the pool. Now, I know your husband is up in here, but it be some strange things going on over by the pool table now. I'm just saying, that's what I heard. I don't know. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard there be some things going on over by the pool table. I don't know. I'll be by the pool table. I'll be over there. But that's what I heard. I was just saying, I heard the things be going down by the pool table. Cheryl said, if really be add one more clues, I'm gonna be up on that. Be up on that pole. Listen, if I'll be on the pole too, okay? I'll be on that pole too. Oh Lord. The strip club days were fun. Yes, they were. We had a good time, child. We had a good time. I believe we can get a dance from Really B when she get those 50 rooms on all of the cruises. Baby, listen, you ain't wrong. Now, I don't know about I'll be on the pole, but I might give you a little dance now. I might give you a little shimmy. I'll give y'all a little shimmy, honey. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for the cash app, Tracy. Thank you, boo. Thank you very much. Oh, Lord. Y'all cutting up in this chat today. Y'all doing a lot. Y'all are cutting up. You say, Tracy, listen, I wasn't in rotation at the parties. It wasn't. Wait a minute. Xavier didn't know that. Wait a minute. Xavier didn't know that Tina Turner did Private Dancer? Maybe I'm missing that. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Hold on. Tracy, what now? Xavier, you didn't know that Tina Turner sang Private Dancer? Who did you think sang it? I mean, if you know the song Private Dancer, who did you think sang it? All the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. I want to know who you thought sang the song. I'm your private dancer, dancer for money. You just knew of the remix from Kilo. Who the fuck is Kilo? Who is that? Not go directly to the poll. Xavier. I only hear Private Dancer and Anime Bullock's voice. Absolutely. Right. With these gas prices, baby, I can do some. The Kilo version. Who the hell is Kilo? Is Kilo a singer? Hold on. Y'all know I gotta go see who the hell Kilo is. I don't know who the hell Kilo is. Hold on. Let me go over to Instagram. Let me go over to YouTube. Hold, please. That's my go-to. Let me go to YouTube. Let me see here. Kilo Private Dancer. Hold on, let me mute. I don't want to get no copyright. Hold on, let me mute. Okay, I know that song. As soon as it started playing, I know the song. I do know the song. Xavier, go to the corner. Just go. The fact that y'all know the song. As soon as it starts playing, y'all have heard the song before. But I'm mad that Xavier was like, that's the only one I know. That's the only version of Private Dancer I know. Sir, if you don't, Xavier, if you don't go take several faces, I said faces. If you don't go take several seats. And it's called Nasty Dancer, not Private Dancer. Universal God is saying, I love Xavier more because of this. As soon as it started playing, I was like, okay, I do know this song. Oh, Lord, child. Xavier, child. That's all I got. That's all I have, baby. Whoo, Lord. I can't do this with y'all today. It's a Nasty Dancer. Right, it's Nasty Dancer, not Private Dancer. I want you to go Google it, Xavier. Tina Turner, Private Dancer. All the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. Shout out to the Vietnam veterans who are suing Donald Trump over a 250-foot proposed arch that's supposed to be near Arlington Cemetery. Shout out to them for suing. Mm-hmm. Tina probably didn't give her permission for that. I don't think she would have. That is not what Tina would have wanted. Thank you, Jazzy. Really B's Adventures Around the Pole. Contribution to Really B's Adventures Around. Well, thank you, boo, because I need it. I need it. The Supreme Court has ruled that businesses can now request refunds for Trump's illegal tariffs. The problem is we can't. Okay, so Costco can get their money back, but we can't get our money back that we paid to Costco. Now, Costco said they're gonna get the money back to the consumers. I don't know how the hell you're gonna do that, but let them figure it out. But listen, the businesses were charged, but they trickled it down to us. Okay, they raised our prices. Can we get the money back on the tariffs? But shout out to them because baby, the government got to come up with all that money and pay them people their money back. Okay. And pay them people their money back. Tina was very much alive when Nasty Dancer came out. Oh, well, then I guess she did sign off on the child. I don't know how old that song is. I mean, I know the song, but I don't know how. Clearly, I don't know how old the song is. Hold on, y'all. I need to find my glasses because I need to read something. And the print on this is so damn small. I got to find my reading glasses. Where the hell are my reading glasses? Are they in? Oh, they are actually where they're supposed to be. They're actually where they're supposed to be. They're in the eyeglass case, child. I was a little nervous. I was like, are they actually in the eyeglass case? They are. Okay. Because I need to read y'all something. And the writing is very small. So, Lord, the group chat. One of the group chats that I'm in is going off, child. I got to read all the messages when I get off of here. The people are talking. Oh, the song came out in 1984. The remix came out in 1984. Damn, it's that old? I didn't know it was that old. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was that old. Okay. Now it's a bop. Not y'all over there dancing. Oh, Tina Turner song. Yeah, because I was like, the song didn't come out to the 80s. Private Dancer, the album didn't come out to the 80s. Oh, it came out in 1992. Okay, that's still older than I thought it was, but okay. Okay, it came out in 1992. Got you. Okay. Okay, well. Labor Secretary has resigned. Another one bites the dust. I find it interesting, though, that, again, it's a woman. Not that I give a damn. But Lori Chavez the Reamer, I guess that's her name, she has resigned. She's stepping down as labor secretary from the Trump administration to take a job in the private sector. I find it interesting that all these people are taking jobs in the private sector, but okay. She'll be leaving the administration and take a position in the private sector. White House Communications Director Stephen Chung announced in a statement, she has done a phenomenal job in her role by protecting American workers, enacting fair labor practices, and helping Americans gain additional skills to improve their lives. Keith Sonderling will serve as acting secretary of the Department of Labor. CNN has asked the White House for more details of when her departure will take effect. In a statement on X, Chavez wrote that it had been an honor and a privilege to serve in this historic administration and work for the greatest president of my lifetime. I am proud that we made significant progress in advancing President Trump's mission to bridge the gap between business and labor and always put American workers first. That's what this bitch said. Okay. Her brief tenure has been marked by turmoil as she's come under internal investigation following complaints within the department about her conduct. Surprise, surprise. The New York Times previously reported that her husband had been banned from the department's headquarters amid sexual assault allegations. Surprise, surprise. A criminal investigation into that matter has been closed. Of course it has. In March, 2 of her top aides were forced out amid an investigation into the misconduct at the agency. For months, the Labor Department's Inspector General's office had been investigating a complaint that Chavez was having a sexual relationship with a member of her security team. These motherfuckers, I swear to God. Oh my God. As well as other allegations of inappropriate behavior, such as sending staff to pick up liquor and attempting to use business trips as excuses for personal travel, according to the Department of Labor source with knowledge of the situation. For example, Chavez has expressed a desire to go to events such as the UFC fight in Chicago, a Morgan Wallen concert, and to see friends and family in various states, and asked staff to design work trips that will provide her openings to attend those events, the source said. As part of the investigation, text messages between Chavez, her close family members, and staff members at the department that were personal in nature were turned over to the Inspector General. According to the source, the messages included exchanges between Chavez's husband and at least one young staff member in which he asked to be kept abreast of her whereabouts. Chavez's attorney, Nick Oberheden, said in a statement to CNN before her new job was announced, Secretary Lori Chavez the Reamer has made a name for herself. Oh, she's made a name for herself as a zealous advocate for American workers, mission-focused and committed to President Trump with utmost loyalty. She will not comment on bias and absurd allegations against her. That's what she said. Chavez was sworn in as Secretary of Labor in 2025 at a time when the Trump administration, via Department of Government Efficiency, sought to slash federal funding, cut programs, and drastically reduce the federal workforce by cutting hundreds of thousands of jobs. As of February, the Labor Department's workforce was nearly 25% smaller than it was in September 2024. Yada, yada, yada. It just goes on to talk about the cuts. Trump fired Commissioner Erica McEntire following a jobs report that contained large revisions. Yeah. During her tenure, her department announced sweeping deregulatory efforts aimed at rewriting or repealing more than 60 workplace regulations it deemed obsolete. Those included proposals to eliminate a minimum wage requirement for home health care workers, remove a standard requirement lighting in active construction areas, and reduce health and safety regulations in the mining industry. Yeah, because those are all obsolete things, right? Those are obsolete. She's the third cabinet secretary to leave Trump's government in recent weeks after he fired Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi. And again, I find it interesting that all these people are women so far, because I think Kash Patel isn't too far behind, but I think all these people are women. Now, I also read earlier that she allegedly also had a birthday party that she had on the government's dime, you know. What the heck is going on with this thing? Why do you keep doing this? I'm sorry, my TV keep acting up. So, anyway, with that being said, we about to get to Kash Patel in a second. Right, because nobody needs to be able to see a construction site. That's not a big deal. Right, Dr. Max said we get overly scrutinized for our expense reports and classified documents, and it's not us. Right, exactly. Hold on. Before we get to Kash Patel, because baby, we got Kash Patel. Who just sent me a text message? Child, I keep getting all these spam texts. Oh, okay. One last thing before we get to this Kash Patel situation. I saw here where. Where is it? Oh, here it is right here. Non-compete clauses. The FTC has banned non-compete agreements freeing around 30 million U.S. workers. Now, non-compete, a lot of people have had non-compete clauses where you leave a job, you can't go into a job in that same industry for a certain period of time. We see that happen a lot with like entertainers, like DJs leaving and they can't do something for a year or something like that, and stuff like that. But they found that the FTC said you can't do that no more. The tariff is 166 billion with a B in tariffs that the Supreme Court said that businesses can now try to get back from the government. Okay. Now let's talk about this Kash Patel situation. Hold on, let me put my reading glasses on, honey, so I can read this. So y'all remember last week the Atlantic published an article in which they claim that Kash Patel is a drunk and that he becoming a work drunk and that he performs his duties drunk and he's just a drunk. Well, today Kash Patel has sued the Atlantic, and I'm gonna read y'all a little bit of this lawsuit. And again, pardon me, y'all, it's on my phone and it's really small, so I'm doing the best I can. But let's read through this. He's suing the Atlantic for, I think, $250 million or $25 million. Okay. So let me read y'all what this mess is. Okay. Kash Patel, the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, brings this lawsuit to hold defendants, the Atlantic Monthly Group LLC and its staff writer Sarah Fitzpatrick, accountable for a sweeping, malicious, and defamatory hit piece published on April 17th of 2026. Defendants are, of course, free to criticize the leadership of the FBI, but they crossed the legal line by publishing an article with false and obviously fabricated allegations designed to destroy Director Patel's reputation and drive him from office. Indeed, Fitzpatrick could not get a single person to go on the record in defense of those outrageous allegations. Instead, relying entirely on anonymous sources, she knew to be both highly partisan, with an axe to grind, and also not in a position to know the facts. Defendants published the article with actual malice, despite being expressly warned hours before publication that the central allegations were categorically false. Despite having abundant publicly available information contradicting those allegations, despite obvious and fatal defects in their own sourcing, despite the Atlantic's well-documented long-running editorial animus toward Director Patel, despite a request for additional time to respond that defendants refused to honor, and despite deliberately structuring the pre-publication process to avoid receiving information that will refute their narrative, defendants cannot evade responsibility for their malicious lies by hiding behind sham sources. That's what they said, honey. Let's keep reading. This is the factual background. Now, I'm not going to sit here and read through this man's resume. So let me scan a little bit. Director Patel is the director of the FBI. Having been sworn in February 20th of 2025. Baby, that's all we need to know. All the rest of this is bullshit. All the rest of this is bullshit. All of the people he arrested, all the things he's done. I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading through all of that. Okay. It says the Atlantic's pre-existing animus toward Director Patel. It says the Atlantic has for months, pursued. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me start over. The Atlantic for months has pursued a demonstrable editorial campaign to damage Director Patel's reputation and force him from office. Prior to the publication at issue, the Atlantic reported that Director Patel was on the chopping block, signaling an editorial predisposition to cast his tenure as failing. On or about April 2nd of 2026, defendant Fitzpatrick and her colleague Ashley Parker authored an article predicting Director Patel's imminent firing from his position, with Fitzpatrick explicitly citing and builds upon the April 17th defamatory article, self-reinforcing preformed narrative. AMG's conduct toward Director, that's the Atlantic. Director Patel is part of a broader and well-documented pattern. Numerous Atlantic pieces over the last 2 years have characterized Director Patel as unqualified, dangerous, corrupt, or mentally unstable. On April the 17th of 2026 at approximately 6:20 p.m., defendants published an article on theatlantic.com that the AMG's associated platforms originally headlined, "Cash Patel's erratic behavior could cost him his job." With the sub-headline, "The FBI director has alarmed colleagues with episodes of excessive drinking and unexplained absences." The article's very headline telegraphed its intended outcome. It was not journalism about a subject. It was advocacy against Director Patel in an effort to disguise their aim. The article was widely disseminated on the internet, and the article included numerous false and defamatory statements of fact concerning Director Patel, including but not limited to: Director Patel is known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication in many cases at the private club Ned's in Washington, D.C., while in the presence of White House and other administrative staff. Well, that is easy to prove or disprove, right? Sir, have you been to Ned's? Have you been drinking at Ned's? Have you ever gotten drunk at Ned's? See, if I were an attorney asking your attorney these questions, asking you these questions at a deposition, have you ever been to Ned's? Yes or no? Have you ever had a drink at Ned's? Yes or no? How often do you go to Ned's, sir? How many drinks do you think you have? 2, 3, 4, 5? Have you ever been drunk while at Ned's? See? Okay. All right, number 2. Director Patel is also known to drink to excess at the Poodle Room in Las Vegas, where he frequently spends parts of his weekends. Again, same questions. Have you ever been to the Poodle Room? How often do you go to the Poodle Room? Have you had a drink at the poodle room? 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you ever gotten drunk at the poodle room? First of all, can you start going somewhere other than the poodle room? But neither here nor there. Next. Early in his tenure, meetings and briefings had to be rescheduled for later in the day as a result of his alcohol-fueled nights. Now, that might be a little bit harder to prove. However, all we got to do is subpoena the records to find out how many times you reschedule meetings. We don't necessarily have to prove why you rescheduled those meetings, but how often did you reschedule meetings? Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? I'm just saying. That on multiple occasions in the past year, members of his security detail had difficulty waking Patel because he was seemingly intoxicated, according to information supplied to the Justice Department and White House officials. Again, if this information was supplied to the Justice Department and White House officials, now we don't trust the Justice Department and the White House. We got that part. But I don't believe that the Atlantic would have published this article, especially with this current administration, without having some proof. Now, I could be wrong. That request for breaching equipment normally used by SWAT and hostage rescue teams to quickly gain entry into buildings was made last year because Patel had been unreachable behind locked doors. Again, I don't think that's a hard thing to prove. Let's read a few more. I ain't going to read this whole daggone lawsuit, child, but let's read a few more. Director Patel's alleged alcohol consumption has negatively impacted various law enforcement investigations, including Charlie Kirk's investigation of his unaliving. That FBI director recently expressed frustration with the look of the FBI merchandise, complaining that it isn't intimidating enough. I don't know what that has to do with alcohol, but okay. That on April the 10th of 2026, Patel panicked frantically, calling aides and allies to announce that he had been fired from the White House and that his behavior was a freak out. Because allegedly, he thought he had been locked out of his email, but there was a system. The system had shut down and he was calling around thinking he had gotten fired. That's what I read, but I probably read it in the article. Director Patel is often away or unreachable, delaying time-sensitive decisions needed to advance investigations, and that on several occasions, his delays resulted in normally unflappable agents losing their shit. That's a quote. They put that in quotation marks. Losing their shit. The director Patel's drinking has been a recurring source of concern across the government. The false implication that Director Patel violated DOJ ethics rules prohibiting habitually using alcohol or other intoxicants to access. Director Patel has used his position to improperly target political or personal adversaries of the president. Well, he said he did that. They don't need to prove that. He said that when he testified in front of Congress. He said that. So that part they can prove because he said it when he testified in front of Congress. Okay. The false implication that Director Patel abuses alcohol, thereby making him vulnerable to exploitation or coercion by foreign adversaries. The false implication that this alleged alcohol abuse has become a threat to public safety, including in the context of a domestic terrorist attack, and constitutes a national security vulnerability. Director Patel is deeply concerned that his job is in jeopardy, that the director has had a problem with unexplained absences, spotty attendance at the office, thereby falsely implying that Director Patel has been derelict in his duties. Director Patel left the country vulnerable because days before the United States launched its war with Iran, Patel fired members of the counterintelligence squad that was devoted in part to Iran. Again, I don't think that'll be a hard thing to prove. Did you do it? I'm sure it would be documentation that you did this. Okay. Again, this is 20 pages long. I'm not reading all 20 pages. I just want to give y'all an idea. Okay. The article asserts that Patel drinks to the point of obvious intoxication. Okay, again, they just go into further detail about all the things I just read. They're talking about Neds again, child. I'm not reading all this over again. Okay. And then they go on to say that this is malice. Child, they just breaking down why it's malice, child. I'm not reading all of this. And y'all know normally I wouldn't have no problem reading through this, but I ain't reading it. Part of the reason why I ain't reading it because it's bullshit. I'm sorry, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's bullshit. Okay. And then it says cause of action. Of course, they're going through the different counts. And this was dated April the 20th. He's suing for $250 million. So listen, this is what I'm going to say. The Atlantic is not the National Enquirer. I refuse to believe that the Atlantic would put this article out without having any proof at all, especially in light of this current administration. I just don't believe they would do that. This current administration, we already know what we're dealing with this current administration. We know they don't have no problem suing people. And I think that Cash Patel is just trying to save face because there probably are a lot of things in this article that can be easily proven. I'm not saying that they're true because ain't nobody gonna sue me, child. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I wasn't there. I wasn't at Ned's. I wasn't at Poodles. I wasn't at none of them places. So I don't know what's true and what's not true. But some of those things sound to me that they're easy to prove. Now, it probably would be an easier thing to prove if we didn't have this picture to post everywhere of you celebrating Team USA winning the gold medal at the Olympics. Y'all do know that that's going to be the picture that the Atlantic posts everywhere. Right. You do not have the complexion for the protection. Okay. You do not have the complexion for the protection. Absolutely not. Hold on, y'all. Let me check something. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, Meg Thee Stallion loses bid to block Milagros Grams from a permanent injunction. Yeah, I did see that. Congratulations, Lock Queen. Thank you, Tracy. Lock Queen was the one that received the gifted membership. Okay. All right. With that being said, y'all, let's get ready to get out of here. What's up, Fedora? What child, where's the panel tonight? Child, is it at T's house? Ooh, it's at T's house. The panel is at Giving You the Real Tea. If you guys are not familiar with Giving You the Real Tea, get on over. I will be sharing it on my community wall. But that is where the panel is tonight. So meet us there at 8:30-ish. Yeah, I know T be late. And I said it. We're going to the ghetto. 40's on the floor. The baby's crying in the background. You might get robbed. Keep your head on a swivel heading over to T's house tonight. That's that hood church. The T's church house. It's the hood church. Y'all remember, thank you, Ravine. There's the link right there in the chat. Y'all remember, what's that movie First Sunday with Cat Williams and Ice Cube where the people coming and rob the church? That's his church. That's his church. The ghetto. The hood. I don't care. You ain't worried about T cussing me out. The ghetto. With that being said, I see y'all in about 30 minutes. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you. Thank you so much for the cash apps, the super chats. Thank you for the memberships, the gifted memberships. I appreciate y'all all, and I will see y'all in about 35 minutes. Peace. Well, 30 minutes. Well, hell, 25 minutes. Shit.